please. We're starting from the beginning, brand new.
Yes, please. Please go again.
Okay, please. So my name
We're
is
starting
Twala.
all over again, starting fresh.
My name is Twala, and
okay. Nice to meet you, Twala.
Yes. Nice to meet you too, Helen. I am 23 years. I'm currently a final year student of the University of Ghana, studying information studies. And yeah, I think that's it. So can I go ahead with my...
Okay. I think somebody has a noisy background. I'm not sure who.
Noisy.
Somebody might have some music or a television playing in the background.
Oops.
Anyhow.
Not yet.
Okay. You can fire away any questions. Let's go.
Yes, I do. What did you study in university?
So I actually studied law. I studied law at the University of Kent. And I see somebody's eyes have widened. Yes, I studied law. And I went to law school as well. If you follow me on social media, you might not believe that I did. But yes, I went to law school.
Yes, I do. Okay, so growing up, I've always had, personally, I've always had the passion to do media, be a media personality. But then every time I came up with the fact that I wanted to be like in the media or be a presenter or those things concerned with media, I had this sort of backlash, and it was like people do not really respect the profession. So I wanted to ask you if it was same for you. Have you always wanted to do media? Have you always had the passion for media?
I think other people noticed that I had the passion for it before I did. So even whilst I was studying law, a lot of people said to me, well, why don't you do something in media, TV, radio? You're always talking. You know, if it was a talking competition, you would absolutely win. So why don't you look in that direction? So other people actually told me, even before I started to think about it more seriously. Now, on to your issue about people not taking it as seriously as you might. It's something you have to honestly put to the back of your mind. If it's something that you really want to do, you only have one life. You only get one chance. So if you really want to do something, you should definitely go for it. Nobody will fault you if you go for it and you put your all into what you're doing. I mean, take for instance, today I've been here since noon. I've only eaten one bowl fruit. And I've had a little bit of juice. It's not easy at all. But I have my eye firmly on the prize, on the end goal. So I keep persevering. It doesn't matter that, you know, for instance, my parents would rather I pursued law all the way. And I have friends that tell me, you know what, this is just a hobby. It's just a little bit of fun. But you look around you, people are making a good living out of media, out of broadcasting, out of presenting, out of journalism. So you tell yourself, well, why can't I? You know, someone else is doing it. They have the same abilities as you. And you'll find that sometimes you might even be more confident, more eloquent, more interesting than some other people that are making it. But they're making it because they have their eye on the prize. They know what they want. If that makes sense.
It does. Definitely does. So, okay, so how long have
if
you
I'm
been
talking
in the
too
media?
much, just be waving, because sometimes I get carried away. Just
That's
let me know
fine.
if I've gone too far. If I'm off topic, bring me back.
That's fine. That's fine. So, again, how long have you been in the media, and how has your journey been so far?
So I have officially, my radio show on 3FM will officially turn a year old sometime next month. So I'm very excited about that. So I've been radioing for about a month, and I've been doing TV for about less than that. Maybe 6-7 months, something like that. So I'm still a newbie. But before that, I would dabble. So officially, I would say I've been working in TV here for about 6-7 months, but I've actually come on different shows volunteered for different opportunities here. So it's been much longer than that. So nobody kind of sees the unofficial things that you've done in the background, from the interning to the volunteering. So that's been going on for a very, very long time. Very long time, yeah.
Okay, so let me move a bit into the public sector. So you know how when an issue comes about, people in the spotlight, when you're in the spotlight and an issue comes about you, we in the background tend to mostly believe what comes out.
Yeah.
Have you ever had, since your time in the media, have you ever had any blogger or any post about you that's actually not true? And like, how have you dealt with the trolling that comes with it, the calls that people call you, and all of those negative energies?
Well, to be very honest, I have a bit of maybe a bigger platform on Twitter. That's really how a lot of my opportunities. I don't know if anybody follows me there. If you do, I'm very sorry. Very sorry for what you've been put through or what you're currently going through. But that's kind of where a lot of my opportunities have come from. Now, I've experienced trolling and bullying, a little bit of bullying on, if you can call it that, on Twitter, even before I started doing any media. And people have set up anonymous accounts that make up stories and tell a lot of rubbish tales on there. So that started even before media. So we'll start from there. Now, I don't know how I do it. I just honestly, it goes over my head. Honestly, what other people think of me is none of my business. I often tell people, whatever you get about me, make it even juicier. Add tax, add import aid to it. Add more to it. I asked them, is that the worst thing that you've heard? Oh, I heard you're a crocodile. Tell them, listen, I'm even an alligator sister. You know what I'm saying? Tell them to make it even more sensational. So that's how I deal with it. It's. I mean, I'm not saying that there are times when it doesn't get annoying, when people have an opinion on how you should dress or what your opinion should be. We're all human. But at the end of the day, like I always say, it's one life to live. You have to keep it moving. People say things all the time. People that sit at home and troll or bully, honestly, are not having a good time. If you were having a fantastic time, you wouldn't have the energy, the desire to be horrible on the internet, if that makes sense. So yeah, in terms of the media space, because I've only been doing it for such a short time, I haven't experienced too much trolling or too much nonsense, as it were. I mean, sometimes I'm on a show called The Lady Circle, which we filmed today. Now, sometimes I watch it on Facebook Live and people are able to comment as you are watching. Now, you need thick skin. I think 2 weeks ago I was on the show, and when I was introduced, I came on with a jumpsuit, and then somebody said, there are some outfits in this world, though. And, I laughed at the time. I thought it was quite funny. Everybody has an opinion. The same way when you watch television, you might have discussions with your friends whilst you're watching it. You make these comments. It's flippant. It's not personal. They don't know you. They don't know me. It's a bit of fun. Life goes on.
That's true. So my last question, more of a personal side. So
wow.
I happen to hear that. I happen to hear that it's not that much personal, but I happen to hear that you like tofu, right? If I'm correct.
Yeah, I do. I love tofu.
That on my head. Yes, about it.
Lady, I happen to hear. So I know you've been around the world mostly, right? Do you like know how to make it, or you just happen to taste it over here and just?
I have no idea how to make
You're
tofu.
just a fan of it.
Just a fan of it. Tofu is very versatile. You can make tofu taste like anything. As for making it, dear, no. I will not be participating.
So wait, you've been to any of those countries?
Which countries?
The Asian countries, China, Korea.
No, I haven't. I haven't at all.
Oh, you've not gone.
No, I would love to, but I haven't gone yet.
So, how did you fall in love with tofu? Because it's an Asian food.
Well, I went vegan in 2016. Now, if anybody knows what going vegan is you don't eat any animal flesh, any animal products. So no dairy, no fish, no meat, no honey, anything derived from animals you don't touch. I'm no longer vegan, but I kind of got to know about tofu from going vegan in 2016. It's a good meat substitute. Yeah.
Okay. That's great. I think that's all for my question. I'll probably
Lovely.
Yes.
Lovely.
I'm down with my
Those were some really good questions. All right. Fantastic.
Okay,
Thank you.
If at any point my camera goes off, somebody please let me know.
all right.
Yeah, sure.
Sure.
So I don't know if you want to critique Tuala's question, or do you want to go to the other question and then critique everyone at the end?
What works best actually? Shall we do it now and then it's over and done with?
Yeah, I think so.
Are there any specific categories that I am critiquing, or am I critiquing this interview as a whole?
This interview as a whole and everything. I mean, as an expert, what you think?
Well, first of all, well done, Tuala. That was a good interview. I think you had a lot of confidence. You were very smiley. And I like that you added a personal question at the end. It's nice when people can, loosen up. I also liked the questions at the beginning. They were targeted. They were relevant to our conversation. So well done. I don't have any negatives at the moment. And also, I'm on my phone, so it's not the same as being on the laptop. So apologies, I can't see everybody at the same time, and it kind of moves the boxes around for me. So I couldn't see you the whole way through, but you were confident. Great questions. Good job.
Thank you. Thank you, Helen.
Okay, cool. So thank you, Tuala.
You're welcome.
Elise.
All right. Helen, can you hear me?
I can hear you, Melise. How are you?
I'm fine.
You've been smiling the whole time.
It's like meeting you personally.
Please,
I'm so delighted. Okay. So
this thing, but Melise, can you give a brief introduction about yourself before you go to the question?
Okay.
And then
so
minimize your smiling, because we don't know what ulterior motives you have. You're making me
okay, so I'm Melise from Keta Senior High Technical School. Yeah, and I also aspire to become what you are today, someday in future. So
love you.
So let's start off. I want to know the source of your inspiration, where you get your inspiration from, what motivates you.
What motivates me? I always find that that's such a big question, but different things motivate me. At the moment, I'm going to be very candid and honest. Money motivates me. We all want to earn a good living. We all want to buy nice things. We all want to be comfortable. So money definitely motivates me. The thought of waking up every day, doing what I love and making money from it is a good motivator. I'm also very passionate just about reaching different people, or inspiring people. We're all very different. We have different talents. We have unique ways about us. And one thing that definitely motivates me is just thinking that somebody that is similar to me might be looking up to me, watching me, and thinking, well, if Helen could do it, then I, can also do it. So that's a big motivator. It's just hopefully touching other people their lives, not touching them, touching their lives. Let me clarify, touching their lives. And also money. It's a big motivation to get up to do what you love, make money, and make people happy and inspire somebody. That motivates me.
Okay. So now I want to ask again, what would be your advice to someone who wants to join the media domain, who wants to be in the media domain?
My advice is go for it. If it's something that you're interested in, you should definitely take the plunge. Now, there's a saying, if you never ask, the answer is always no. So you might be intimidated to start out. You might think, I don't have the best vocabulary. I might not look the best, but there are so many people that do this job. I would say just go for it. If you have to network to find a company, a media house, do that. If there's a chance to intern, do that. If you are about to do your undergrad and you want to major in something like journalism, English, comms, you know what I'm saying? Start off there. If it's something that you're truly passionate about, then go for it. Or if it's something you just want to try out to see, is it for me? Honestly, just do it.
Okay. So I also want to get a bit personal.
Yeah.
And in your bio, you stated that you love oats.
I do.
So what is it about oats do you love? Like oats? I personally hate oats.
You guys have done your research, yeah. I should have put all my things on private before we started. But I absolutely love oats. Now, let me give you a few reasons why you should also love oats. Now, oats are rich in antioxidants. They lower your risk of heart disease. Oats have a lot of fiber, so they keep you feeling fuller for longer. And also, oats are just very delicious, nutritious. They're one of the healthiest grains on the planet. So yes, vote for oats as president.
Okay. All right. Okay, to my last question.
Yes.
So also in your bio, you stated you're a podcaster, a media personality, a writer. How do you manage being all this at once? How do you combine these jobs together?
As you can see, it's very difficult. I'm on Zoom in my car. Some days I'm not able to get a good grip of all of these things, but I'm learning to be more organized. So I know that these are the different parts of my life, and I prioritize accordingly. So now that I'm doing more TV and radio, I don't have a chance to write as much. I used to love doing writing competitions, or just even writing for myself, writing fiction, but now I don't get to do that as much because one part of my life is taking over, and that's normal. Nobody can be all things at all times. So,
yeah.
Yes. At the moment, the thing that is bringing the money is where my focus is.
Okay, that's it for now.
Okay, thank you so much, Melise. Thank you for your questions, even your personal oats questions.
I like how you guys' personal questions are all about food. But
yeah, I'm waiting for some juicy ones.
I'm also waiting for something. When you guys say personal, you get me excited, and then you're like tofu and oats.
Tofu and oats. Come on, guys. Journalism, media, it's risque business. Sometimes you have to go where nobody wants to go. You want that scoop, you want that exclusive, you have to be a little bit more daring. Listen, ask away. So do I have to critique Melise?
Yes, please.
Okay, Melise, I also enjoyed your line of questioning. You were very smiley all the way through, which is nice. But of course, sometimes if you want to ask the hard-hitting questions, you can change your facial expressions so that we know that, you have the range. Not every day is a ha-ha day. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, thank you.
So yeah, sometimes I know I'm smiling a lot. I'm just very happy that the day is done. I get to talk to you guys. But if I was doing the interviewing, I would switch it up, a little bit, smile here and there, change the expression. But good job, great questions. Thanks for doing your research.
And thank you too.
Okay, who's next?
Cool. All right. So we have Mami. Next, our last interviewer. So, Mami, can you please introduce yourself and then go into your questions, please?
Hi, Helen.
Hello. Are you on camera?
So my name is Mami Esiforo Geraldo. I'm currently doing. Hi.
Yeah,
Yes.
I can see you now. We're on. Hello, hello, hello.
Esiforo Geraldo. Currently doing my service at Ghana Authority. How do I even say it? Ghana Tourism Authority. Yes, the head office. And it was quite hectic getting information about me. Like, honestly, it was quite hectic. We tried
Getting
to
information about
anything,
me?
but it was quite difficult. So, about you, yes.
Oh, okay.
It was difficult.
Gotcha.
Getting information about you. So, my first question is yes. So, my first question is I'll try to be. How do I even put it? Okay, let me be personal a little. So my first question is, tell us about yourself. Who is Helen? Tell us about yourself. Everything we need to know about you.
You want to know everything about me?
Yes.
Wow. I mean, how much time do we have, guys?
Everything we need to know about you. Who is Helen?
That's a very broad question.
Everything. Thank you, Chanel.
And also, I don't know, is it just me, or is the audio lagging?
You can summarize it a little for us.
Your sound isn't great. Do you want to go and
tell us something that we think is juicy?
Mami,
okay, because they've asked about your.
We can't hear you. Can you go in and go out and come back in?
Background, so I think the network here. Okay, that's fine.
Okay, so my Macy is going to. Okay, she's going out and coming back. Cool. Hopefully that solves the problem.
Yeah. So while we wait for Mami, how how has your week been, Helen?
What day is it today? It's Wednesday.
Yeah.
It has been absolutely hectic.
Wow.
Hectic. Oh, I think she's back on.
Yeah.
Fingers crossed it goes well. Oh. Okay, Mami, see you're on.
Hello, Hello. Do you want to try it without the video? Mami, you're giving me Vodafone vibes.
Oh,
Lady,
wow.
thank you so much for saying this. Thank you for saying this.
Hello.
Yeah, okay.
Hi.
I can hear you now.
I can, yes. Oh, have we lost my Missy?
Yeah. Hi, Mami. We can't hear you.
Is it better?
Yeah, okay.
Okay, yes. Okay, Mami, hello. I think we're okay. Fire away. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, no. Can't hear.
Wow.
No, we can't hear you at all.
Do we have one more person to go? Should we do that and then see Mami?
It was just.
Oh, that is it?
Yeah, it was just the three of them. Eunice is actually.
Oh no.
That in the army, but yeah, so it was just the three of them. But,
oh no, Mami, come back to us. Figure it out. Oh.
Vodafone is not treating me, and Vodafone is not being nice to me.
No, yeah, Vodafone can be very problematic.
Nothing.
Okay, you've moved. You've changed locations, Mami.
Yeah, I'm trying to find.
Yeah, it sounds good now.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Let's go.
Okay, so my first question is, who is Helen Apia Ampoko?
Jesus.
Your family background, you growing up, how was it like? Do you have any siblings?
Okay, so if I heard correctly, you wanted to know who I am and if I have any siblings. Okay, now that is such a loaded question. I wish you could narrow it down for me because, you know, at 32, I'm still trying to figure out who I am. So I don't know that I have any of the answers. To your second question, I've got two siblings. But I suppose it's difficult. I find that question quite difficult to answer. So I feel like you should make it a bit of a closed question if you can. I beg you, ask me something quite specific. Otherwise, we'll be here all night because I talk too much. Ooh, Mami, can you hear me?
I guess.
Okay. So let's talk about you growing up. Did you grow up in Ghana or outside?
Oh, so where I grew up. So
yes,
I was born in London. Can you guys hear me?
Hello.
Wave if you can hear me.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay. So Mamesi asked me where I grew up, I believe. The sound for me is still not too clear. But I was born in London, but I grew up in Accra, and then I moved back to London. So I think I've had a fair, I don't know, like a balanced experience with both places, kind of. But Accra is definitely more home, if that makes sense.
Oh, okay.
I hope I got the question. I hope I answered your question.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, you did. Okay, so my next question.
Yes.
It has to do with you being a writer. So I do write myself. When it gets to a point, I have reason because I don't get the people to read what I write. So I see it's more like
Mami, I can't hear you at all.
Yeah, Mami, I didn't hear your last question. I'm struggling.
Yeah.
Or does Mami want to type these out and then I'll answer it? Is there a typing option on here?
That's an option. Mami, can you type out the question in the chat?
Okay, so my next question has to do with you being a writer. Like you said you do write. So my next question.
Mami, can you type out the question in the chat? Or maybe not. I don't know.
I don't know if anybody had that last question.
No.
I didn't hear it. No. Sorry, Mami. Sorry.
Just asking about, you mentioned that you're a writer. And it says, so you being a writer, but then it went off from that part.
So Eunice, that wasn't very helpful, was it? Maybe Mommy will come back. I hope she comes back.
What about Eunice? Even though Eunice, you aren't one of the people asking the questions, do you have any questions for Helen?
Of course, she must ask.
Oh no, questions I wanted to ask, they've already asked. So
okay.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so it looks like Mommy AC is back. Mommy AC, can you see the last question you said? No. Can you type it? Can you type your question in the chat? Jeez. Okay. Okay, it's not working. Well, I have a question for Helen.
Uh-oh, okay.
No, it's not that serious. But why did you decide to come to Ghana, to move to Ghana? How did you make that decision?
So, I decided to move at the end of 2018 for two reasons. I definitely wanted to explore media as a possibility. Now living in London and on the career path that I was, I felt a bit lost. I wasn't sure that I would have the same opportunities in London as I would in Accra.
Right.
I didn't know sort of where to start in London. So I thought it could be a better idea to come to Accra and build some type of portfolio. Now that's also because I had been kind of liaising with people that worked at TV3 already. So whenever I was on holiday, I had a friend that worked and she introduced me to a couple of managers who were in charge of radio.
Right.
So I thought maybe if I come home to Accra and I use those networking opportunities, it might be easier to get my foot in the door and start to build some type of portfolio. Now, the second reason why I, moved to Accra was because I'd met a very lovely boy. He's not so lovely now, but I'd met a very lovely boy. And at the time, long distance wasn't really working for us. So I decided to come and see, if we could make it something special.
Right.
So that's why I moved.
And that didn't really work. But you
at all. No.
And he's still in Ghana?
I hope so. I don't hope so. I don't know. I don't know where he is. He could be on Elmas.
Probably here.
He could be in Paris.
Seeing you on TV.
Be watching me on TV.
Yep.
I don't know. I have no idea where he is. We broke up sometime in January of 2019, maybe about 4 or 5 weeks after I had moved.
Damn.
And made that big commitment. We broke up and I haven't laid eyes on him since. And we both allegedly live in the capital city of Accra. So,
wow. Well, his loss.
Indeed, I agree.
And how has it been, like, getting used to the Ghana way of life for you?
Now, I don't think it's been difficult. I grew up in Accra. I went to Morning Star. I went to Wesley Girls. Now, that said, I'll be honest, there was some adjusting to do. I'd been outside of Accra for about 12 years. And coming to Accra on holiday is very different to living in Accra. It hasn't been too crazy. One of the things that I had to adjust hard to is people not being on time and also driving in Accra.
Gen Z people
driving. Pardon?
Gen Zs are late AF.
It's awful. It's awful. It's not a good habit, guys. It's not a good habit. So and even now, it's been a year and a half, and I'm still showing up to places 10 minutes early to my detriment. From next month, I am adjusting hardcore.
Don't.
Trust me, I am adjusting hardcore. You have to play the game. When you go somewhere, you adapt. Otherwise, you're the I don't want to say idiot, but you're the one that's always there on time.
Right.
and nobody else is. It's not a good habit. And even like I'm always on time, and I can't break that habit. But I'm going to try. I'm going to try.
I'm an early person, and it's very frustrating in Ghana. Everyone is always
extremely. Yeah.
Okay, so let's see if Mami AC can do it this time. If not,
Mami AC, we believe in you. Maybe not.
Yeah, it's not looking like it.
Oh, I would have loved, Mami, see if you were able to type your questions. I would have loved to have answered your questions as well.
Yeah. Let me send a message to the group.
Yeah.
Then it goes off. I type goes off. So I'll just try and.
I mean, now I can kind of hear you.
Mommy, see, it sounds like you're whispering. Okay. Maybe can you shout a little bit? I don't know if that will help.
Hi.
Okay.
Hello.
Hello.
Okay, Mami, see, ask us before your Vodafone starts misbehaving. Oh, ask us fast.
Okay. So my question.
Oh. Vodafone said Mami AC's visa is denied.
You use all the vim for nothing. Let me see.
Oh, Mami, see, your hello was clear. The rest was a no-show. Come on.
Oh, well. It is what it
Mami,
is.
see, I suspect this might be your last chance. Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, go for it.
So my question has to do with you being a writer. And mine is, I do write, but sometimes I get to do a halfway good because I don't get people to read what I write. So my question is, what advice will you give to some of us that we are into the writing? Because I think because people don't read our posts that we write, I think they will tend to give up, something like that. So what advice do you have for some of us?
Gotcha. Now, what type of writing are you referring to? Do you have a blog or do you write fiction? What is the purpose of your writing? You blog.
I do blog.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. And what do you blog about?
I normally write about hair and natural hair and anything that I think it's good to air it out when I write it.
Gotcha. Now, is this blog writing that you do, is it something that you want more people to read and enjoy? Do you want to make some type of living out of blogging, or is it just a hobby?
Not necessarily making something out from it, but I feel when you write something, you should get people to read it for you. But if you don't get people to read it, you can get like 15 people reading it. That's not encouraging enough.
So you would like for more people to read your blog?
Yes.
Exactly. I actually used to have a blog called blackbread.co.uk, and then one day I forgot to pay GoDaddy my yearly subscription, and the blog vanished. But I'm not mad about that. I had a good maybe 2-year run on that blog, and not every post got as many reads as I would like. But as always, I always say keep the goal in mind. You want more people to read it. Don't give up. Maybe share it to more people. Consistency is everything. Also, practice makes perfect. The more you do something, the better that you get at it, the better that you get at marketing it maybe, and making it more interesting. So if the goal is for more people to read it, don't stop. If you stop, then nobody reads anything you write anymore. It's all done. If you do enjoy it, keep going. You're only going to get better. I don't know one person that has, has written themselves into, I don't know if I'm making sense, into bad writing, if that makes any sense. You can only improve. So keep writing. If you enjoy it, that's step one. If you want more people to read it, just keep going, keep sharing it with whomever. You can send it to me on Twitter. I retweet almost anything and everything. If you see the stuff I retweet on there, listen, I will retweet your blog post for you. What did you say? It's about hair care, skin care?
No, just hair care and lifestyle.
Hair care and lifestyle. There are lots of people that are interested in hair care, natural hair. You have natural hair?
Yes, I do.
Natural hair. Maybe make your post a little bit more visual. I feel like you have nice, thick hair. Take pictures of your hair if you're comfortable with that. Make it more appealing. And I think more people, you know, might be interested. And listen, and if they're not, maybe this blogging is not for you, which is fine. Which is fine. It's also fine. Sometimes we find that not all the things that we like, that we're good at, but you give it a try. You give everything a good go, and then eventually you land on something that you're good at, that you thoroughly enjoy. But if you do enjoy it, keep going.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. So my next question has to do with your biggest challenge so far.
Ooh, my biggest challenge so far.
Yeah, your biggest challenge so far.
So I would say my biggest challenge so far definitely involved my heartbreak in 2019. Imagine packing your bags and deciding to start a whole new life and kind of digressing from everything that you've known for maybe 12 years. And then you suffer heartbreak. It's not fun. It's not exciting. And I would go to auditions or, you know, come here to TV3 and try and work on projects. And half the time I'm in an Uber crying or I'm in the car crying. And that was a very big challenge, trying to reprogram my mind and get my head, you know, in the game. So I think that was the biggest challenge. Try not to let external forces interfere with what I really was trying to do at the time. That was a big challenge. And it happens. Life happens. And you get distracted. You get demotivated. It happens to the best of us. That was the biggest challenge. But look at me now, thriving on a Zoom call in my car.
Okay, that's fine. So yeah, my next question has to do with your YouTube channel.
Yeah?
With the what?
With my YouTube channel. Who told you about my YouTube channel?
I did my research.
Oh my goodness. Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Ask
Yes.
away.
So you have videos about you losing weight and
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. So what made you lose weight in the first place? Because people try
Very
to
simple. I was fat.
You're fat. Oh.
That's all right. I think you had more to ask. Go ahead.
Yeah, so I'm like, people try to lose weight and everything, but they go to the gym, all right, but it's a waste of time for them. It's a waste of. I tried, but I stopped because I couldn't. So what made you lose weight in the first place? Aside you being fat, like what made you lose weight?
And also disclaimer, there's absolutely nothing wrong with being fat. So I just want to put that out there. If you're on the heavier side, there's nothing wrong with that. But if at any point you become uncomfortable with the way that you are at liberty to change your body composition. And to be honest, I've always worked out quite hard. But the trick to maintaining a healthy weight really is in what you eat. I don't know if you've heard the saying, you cannot outtrain a bad diet. And there was a point in time when I was training really hard and I was running and lifting weights, but I was eating a lot of food, way more food than I was burning off. And it kind of makes the training not effective at all. You're really canceling out all the good work you're doing if you're eating in a surplus and you're gaining fat. You see what I'm saying? So I just wanted to feel good and feel my best. And I decided to look at my nutrition as well. So I took a nutrition course. And then eventually in November 2018, I took a training course. So I've got a certificate from the YMCA, and I can train groups of people. So an exercise to music group class instructor, something like that. I haven't used my certificates for anything, yet. Well, kind of, but not anything serious. So I just wanted to feel better, feel healthier, lose fat. And that's why I decided to also look at my nutrition and train smarter.
That's
Do you have any more questions for me?
So my last question has to do with general advice for the youth. General advice, anything you need to give to us.
General advice. Just general advice. Okay.
General advice today.
General advice. I would say that let's see, how do I make this not cheesy? General advice. Okay, general advice. Now, I would say that, whatever you've set your heart on doing, I said this maybe like 4 times on the call already, keep your eye on the prize. You've only got one life to live. Nobody can be you. Nobody is you. This is your life. If you really want to do something, go for it. A lot of people have a lot of opinions about what others should be doing, but if you really want to do something, set your eye on the prize and then go for it and make it happen.
Yeah.
Are we done?
Yeah.
Yes.
Lovely.
Well,
Wow, Mami, see, this was a battle to reach this point. A battle of epic proportions, but we made it. And shall I do the critique part?
Yes, please.
Yes. Okay. So, Mami, see, you had struggles with technology. I blame Vodafone 100%. I feel like that might have thrown you off a little bit, but you also had great questions. Smiley, I was happy to answer your questions. Now, the very first question about tell me about yourself. I don't know if maybe you can, if you were to ask, have the chance to ask someone else that, maybe make it a little bit narrower, and then, get to the meat, find out something quite juicy. So for instance, you might say, well, we've done a lot of research about you. We know that you love oats, tofu, exercising. Now, is there anything about yourself that we don't know? Is there anything that isn't documented, for instance, that might, have somebody thinking in a certain direction? So that's the only pointer, but it was, a great set of questions as well. Thank you.
Yeah, and I just want to give a little bit of feedback to Mami AC. Like, one of the questions that there's this compilation of videos on YouTube. I'll find it and send it to you, but then it's like different celebrities and their worst questions that they've been asked. And one of their worst questions is, tell me about yourself, or who is like they said, it's just so broad that it makes it difficult. Like, it just makes it very hard for them to answer. So that's just like, following up on what Helen just said. So yeah, this was good. This was cool. I enjoyed it. I think it was great. Does anybody else have anything to say before we wrap it up?
Yeah, can I ask a bonus question?
Go ahead. One question.
Okay. All right. Helen, what was your the embarrassing moment you had on air? The most embarrassing moment you had on air, being it radio or TV?
Oh, okay. Now, I don't know if you guys listen to 3FM. Does anybody listen to 3FM on here? Sometimes, maybe not. Listen, I don't blame you. We're coming in. We're bringing more heat soon. Don't worry. Now, I don't know if any of you are familiar with Giovanni. He does the Drive Time show. So he was away for a couple of weeks, and some of us took turns taking over from him, and I was asked to take over his second week for the whole week and do the Drive Time. And I was super nervous. I was pressing all of the wrong buttons, and then the music stops, and then you have to come in. And I had to say, the DJ here, the DJ for the Drive Time show, he's called DJ Faculty, and I think I was supposed to come in and say, thank you, DJ Faculty, and I could not get faculty out. I couldn't get the word faculty out. And for about 10 seconds, it just came out as literally, I was shaking. I mean, now it's a bit of a joke. So an inside joke, we call him DJ, but that was me. My lips were trembling, and it was live on air, very embarrassing. They had to cut to the music because your girl could not get the word out. Very embarrassing. Till this day, I have nightmares about it.
So are the nerves on radio equal to the nerves on TV? Like, is it the same?
Ooh. I think it's pretty much the same. Now, it could be different because when I do radio, it's live. Nothing is pre-recorded. But at the same time, nobody can see me, so I'm not too worried. There's the comfort of having a producer, sound engineer, DJ. If you start going crazy, someone will play some music. Right. So there's that. Now, the television I do so far, I've done a little bit of live TV, but it was, very short and I wasn't as nervous. But the TV I do at the moment is pre-recorded, so you can make as many mistakes as possible. So I think that's kind of where the difference is. But they're on par. There are days when you're doing something new or filming something new and you have a bit of an audience, like I did last week. I don't know if anybody watches The Day Show. I've got a small segment on there called Catch Up. And last week I had to film for it, and there were people auditioning for something else, and they had to wait outside the studio. And for the first time ever, I had an audience of about 22 people just looking straight into my eyes as I was filming. So that was pretty nerve-wracking, but I just try and block everybody out, try and get it done. But yeah.
Wow.
I do a lot of embarrassing things, actually, now that I think about it. Malise, you've triggered me. Right now, I have so many things running through my head. Oh.
But I think the personality is, it kind of works because you don't take yourself too serious.
At all.
So it's like, if you do mess up, like, oh, okay, yeah, whatever, it's life. Not like the other people that are just like, they need to be.
Exactly.
Yeah, so it's
simpler. It's a simpler life when you can laugh at yourself. Exactly. It's a much simpler life when you don't take everything too seriously. Now, I mean, there are some cons to it. I think a lot of people might think that the only thing that Helen can do is quite light-hearted things. Or they might think, oh, I see her on TV and everything's quite jokey and smiley. But I do have a very serious side. I'm passionate about very serious topics. And sometimes it's not always easy to, what's the word I'm looking for? Marry the two types of personalities. So there are pros and cons. So a big pro is that no matter what happens on set or whatever at radio, it's just Helen. It's a bit of fun. I get off easy because, but sometimes I think it's good to also be taken even more seriously, which I think I am taken seriously, but you know what I'm saying? Sometimes you want to be even more serious and it can be hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So I think that's it. Right? Yeah. Thank you so much. So much. We know you're
Thank you for having me.
Your car, and we have
zooming from my car, guys.
It's amazing. It was great. We learned a lot. I like your whole, I mean, I don't like it, but I like that I found out about your whole breakup and how you got through it and how you're thriving. And
I'm also very single. So if anybody's uncle, no, I'm kidding. Just kidding.
Kidding, or you're not really kidding? Maybe kidding. Yeah, but thank you. And then, thank you so much, everyone.
All right. It was nice meeting everybody. Yeah. Feel free to hit me up on the socials that you were snooping around in. And then we can connect on there. If anybody ever wanted to, I don't know, maybe one day come in here, come sit with me on radio, for instance.
It's gonna be there tomorrow, please.
Well, at least next week. Just honestly message me. We'll make something happen. Come sit with me. Come chill with me in studio or on air. Right. And we'll set something up. Feel free.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Okay. Bye.
All right. Good night, everybody. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.